In this video, I'm going to show
We'll just keep going. Yeah.
the Seeing Eye GPS, but it's a feature called the Look Around Wand. So when I turn this feature on and I point my phone in a particular direction, it kind of tells me what's in that general vicinity and gives me distance. I'm standing on the corner of 25th and 3rd. And let's see what information this little program gives me. So I'm going to turn the Look Around Wand on. I'll wait till this bus passes. And I'm going to shake it in a particular direction. Let's see what it says. Worked a minute ago. Let's see if it tells me anything on the point. Okay, so it told me there's something called Hot Spring Heat Wave Apocalypse. I'm not sure what it is, but it's 700 feet east of where I'm standing. One of the things I can do is I can narrow down the points of interest. So I'm going to go into the points of interest menu and change the category. So I just maybe want to look for grocery store. And so I selected grocery, and now I'm going to turn my Look Around Wand back on. And let's see. Okay. Okay, so it says that there's a D'Agostino's grocery store, D'Agostino's supermarket, about 25 feet away from where I'm standing. So I'm going to assume that's across the street, because I'm facing in that direction. There's a wine shop called Wine Heaven about 175 feet south of me. Let's see if there's anything north. Bayreuth liquor store. So, okay, now I'm going to point it west, and there doesn't seem to be anything facing west. So that kind of gives you a little overview of this particular piece of the app, and how this particular piece works is I basically turn the phone into a particular direction, and if there's something within a particular category that I've already selected, the phone will tell me if there's something in that category facing that direction and the relative distance to it. It's pretty cool. We looked for a place called the...
So you may have heard me mention when I first turned the Look Around Wand on, it told me something about Hot Spring Heat Wave Apocalypse, right? I have no idea what that is. But it sounds kind of interesting, doesn't it? So we decided in this next video to go looking for the heat wave apocalypse. And here's what happened.
We looked for a place called the Heat Wave Apocalypse. We never found it. We're not even sure if it existed, but here's what happened. In this video, we're going to the Heat Wave Apocalypse. What is the Heat Wave Apocalypse? I'm not sure, but I'm gonna go find out.
Change categories. Please wait.
So I'm going onto my phone, and I'm gonna change the category to entertainment.
Change categories.
So I can bring up a list of points of interest in the neighborhood. Now that I've selected entertainment as my category, I'm gonna hit search, and it's gonna tell me what's in the neighborhood. Okay, here it is. I'm going to double click on it. And it's asking me to what kind of route I want, so I'm going to say a pedestrian route. It says turn left on 3rd Avenue. Okay, so I'm going to turn left and start walking. Okay, so it's telling me to turn right on East 26th Street, so that's going to be this corner here. And it's telling me that it's 638 feet away. gave me an update and told me that I'm 500 and something feet away. So he keeps giving me like updates and then tells me to keep walking straight. So far so good. 330 feet. Yeah, so it's telling me it's northwest, so I think I have to go back to the corner and cross the street. Keeps saying 20 feet, but it's been saying that for a while. As I was walking 3rd and 1st Avenues, it kept telling me 20 feet ahead, 20 feet ahead, and even though I kept shaking the device to recalibrate, and it kept saying 20 feet ahead. So I probably should have stopped at some point and replotted a new route. So I'm on the north side of 26th Street between 2nd and 1st Avenue. The GPS keeps telling me it's 20 feet, but it's been telling me that for the last half a block, if not more. And it keeps telling me that to keep walking ahead, so I'm gonna keep walking, hopefully I'll find it. So it's telling me that it's at 11 o'clock, which I'm assuming means ahead and slightly to my left. I'm just hoping that that's the case because it hasn't given me any new updates for a while. I'm on 1st Avenue, 26th Street. Have no idea if I've gotten any closer because it still keeps telling me I'm 20 feet away. Shaking it up. Yeah, it's telling me 20 feet, 1 o'clock, so it means to my right. I'm standing facing north, so 1 o'clock would be east. Let's try one more street crossing and then we'll see. So now I just did a recalculation and it tells me that it's 800 feet northwest, so apparently I've passed it.
Sound like you on Wild Goose Chase, man.
And it never told me that I reached it, or if it did, I didn't hear it because of all the excessive street noise. And here I am now in front of the Department of Health, and this is certainly not the heat wave apocalypse, but I think we're going to call it quits for the day. So we did a little investigating after our non-encounter with the heat wave apocalypse, and we found out a couple of things. Typically under the point of interest screen, the app also lists the address and the distance to that address. Next to Heatwave Apocalypse, however, it said anywhere instead of having an address. We're operating under the impression that this place doesn't actually exist, and Heatwave Apocalypse sounded fun, so we wanted to go to someplace interesting. That's the bottom line. We chose it randomly. It happened to be something that didn't actually have an actual physical address, so we're kind of thinking that it doesn't exist or it exists somewhere in the ether. A few of us actually at the office have also done Google searches and have not been able to find any information on it except on Foursquare. When they clicked on it, it didn't show any relevant information, so that's all she wrote.
So,
Sound like Wild Goose
heat
Chase.
wave apocalypse. Thanks to the journalistic sleuthing of my producer and cohort Sherry, thank you Sherry, we found out that Foursquare, which is the, I guess the GPS feeding, or the thing that, the program that feeds the GPS for, or one of the programs that feeds the GPS for Seeing Eye, with Foursquare you can actually create a quote-unquote destination that could be a state of mind. So the heatwave apocalypse turns out to be somebody's state of mind at some point in some past moment that now shows up on Foursquare. So what ended up happening is, like I said in the video, we chose this randomly basically because we liked the name of it. It sounded interesting. We figured, hey, blah, 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 let's explore, right? Let's explore something different for this video. What we found out is that there could be things listed here that don't actually exist. So one of the things to always look for when you're using this type of an app, especially when you're plotting a destination, is make sure there's an actual address listed, because then you know it will take you to an address and not to anywhere. Okay? And with that, we're going to go on to our next video.